Hey everyone, and welcome to How It's Made, where we walk you through some of the techniques we use to create some of the looks and effects in our final products. Let's take a look at what we're going to be looking at today. Pretty cool looking. Let's take a look at it one more time. All right, well, it obviously does not look like that when it comes off the camera. So let's take a look at how we created some of those looks. Let's start with the shot we did of the Luxor. To start out with this, we're going to go to our Luxor composition right here, where we can see that we have 2 layers, and one of these is a composition full of many other layers. So let's dive into there, and we'll begin at the bottom. So to start, let's look at the clip that came straight off the camera. We shot this on our Red at 5K. And to accomplish this, our team actually shot this from an elevator on the side of the Delano, looking onto Vegas. And basically, they used that elevator to create a fake jib type effect, which looks pretty cool. This has already gone through color grading, of course, and now we're ready to lay the effects on top of it. Obviously, none of the beam stuff is out of the camera, so let's add it all on. To start, what we would do for something like this is we would actually track an object in the scene. Now, the focal object in this is going to be the Luxor itself. So to do so, we're going to find a high contrast area on the Luxor, in this case the tip, that is not moving around like some of the lighting on the sides. That would be no good, or this kind of sea of black here, that won't work either. We're going to take that tip area, and we've put a tracker element on here. And to do that, by using that tracker, we have created essentially a reference point we can link a bunch of other layers to. You can see that's kind of tracing it as it moves. To that track layer, we have then created some beams that go up the side here. And these are those beams you see in the final clip that sort of creep up and down the sides. To do that, one of the main elements of this is a plugin for After Effects called Saber. And Saber is really awesome and was kind of key to this effect. Basically, it helps create some of the energy effects and beam energy you see coming off here. So with a combination of Saber and a few other effects put on top of each other and composited, we've created this sort of nice orangey glow look that not only matches their color scheme, but also looks very much like lightning or high energy, etc. So these beams are going to creep up to the top of the pyramid here. And as they get there, what we really want to have is a nice big strong beam coming out the top, almost like they've combined to cause one huge energy wave. We accomplish that with this other layer, the Luxor beam top. As you can see, it pops on here. And this also uses Saber with a combination of a few other composited effects on the outside here, and that's how we get our large beam coming out the top. This doesn't look quite right, and the main reason is because this sort of tip here does not look like it has all the energy combining to make one solid beam. So to accomplish that, we have a few other layers here. We have this orange tip layer, which essentially is colorizing the top of the Luxor to match the energy waves. And we also have this glowing layer that's causing a glow of light as if that energy is really combined and is now emitting from the top. And that's what sells that effect. Now you also see we have this point light here. This point light actually is not serving any purpose as a light. What it's doing is it's basically being a reference point for us within After Effects. And by using that reference point, we can attach a flare layer to it, which by utilizing some other effects and plugins allow us ultimately to add this sort of big glare element you see on the left and right side of the screen, which, because it's parented to our tracker layer, is going to move convincingly on screen as if that light is really reflecting through the camera system. Pretty cool. And that's one of those things that helps sell the effect that you would expect to see if you pointed a camera at a very bright light source like the sun. We're sort of trying to emulate that here. And this uses a combination of some of the built-in texturing and some custom ones that we laid in. We'll talk a little bit more on those as we go through other scenes. Now, the one thing this is really lacking is that real impact effect you see when it kind of combines. It kind of feels like it ends on a whimper. So to do that sort of impact or kind of energy pulse type effect, we've added a layer on top of this that basically creates a ripple and a bulge type situation around the edges here. You can sort of see that happening if we go frame by frame. And that's an effect you'll see in a lot of movies, and it's sort of a good way of visualizing an energy pulse within the scene. Now, this really is still not quite as impactful as we would like. So to accomplish that, if we come back to this previous composition, we can see that we've taken this final 5K layer, and with no quality loss, since we're putting 5K into a 4K comp, there's no quality loss by us cropping a little bit and moving it around. That's the beauty of using a 5K camera in a 4K video. These effects down here, or these keyframes rather, are just kind of moving the frame around almost like you would expect someone's hand to move if there was a big shock wave. And we also have a light adjustment layer. And what that's basically doing is that's selling almost like a, an energy pulse within the city where you would see the lights flicker up and down. And that's basically that effect. Now, a lot of those techniques are used in other shots you see in that sequence. If we look real quickly at the New York shot, we've got here is a Statue of Liberty. We'll just go to our original shot. This is also a red clip we captured. And all this is to start is basically a little tilt. Now, what we've done is we've gone ahead and done our tracker point to here as well, right to the tip of the torch. You can see that tracker here. We've got our reference light here, and then we've done another variation of that light shine effect that is popping a very nice bright light shine out the top and some varied dust elements, almost as if the lens is a little dirty, which you would see very commonly on the consumer camcorders. And that's kind of selling the fact that there's this huge bright light source coming out on top. That same effect is also used on our Paris clip. We've got basically a base that is just the tower. And on top of that, we've done some color correction. We've got some reference flares. And then, of course, we've got that same sort of movement where it shakes around and does that same sort of flickering up and down as if the electrical energy in the area is so powerful it's making lights kind of flicker a little bit. And we have that same sort of handheld shake as well here. That helps sort of sell it as if it's more of an amateur shot thing instead of a camera on a tripod. Let's take a look at our Bellagio clip too. Now, this clip is a little more going on here. And the reason for that is, well, frankly, the building was not super perfect when it was filmed. And if we dive in here and look at how it sort of appears pre-energy pulse, looks kind of good. Looks like everything is on and everything's great. But if you actually look at the source footage we received, that's not so much the case. You can see that the A has some lights out. There's a strip light on the right side here that is clearly out, and the more we looked at this clip, it bugged us, so we just had to sort of go in and fix that up. Shout out to Amanda Ake from our team, who meticulously worked on doing a lot of building maintenance on this in post to make it all look beautiful. And let's take a look at what she did. So, first thing we've done here is we've taken this sort of saturation on the building and we've toned it back a little bit. That's just going to help even it out with the rest of the video piece and is ultimately going to make it feel a little more connected to the other pieces in this sequence. We've also gone in and done some light fillers here, and what these are actually doing, if we toggle them on, is it's filling in that right side there. So what we've basically done is taken one of the working light strips, laid it onto one of the non-working light areas, and sold the fact that it was never a problem in the first place. And in some other fanciness, you can see this A here with a combination of 4 layers. We have done 2 layers to correct the light spill, and then we've added back in the layers by actually matching the typeface, if you can believe it, on the building. And with those on, it looks great. And it looks like the bulbs were never a problem. Off, not so much. We'll keep those on. Now we also have some light filler layers, and what those are going to do is they're going to actually fill in some of the top area of this tower on top of the Bellagio and help sell the fact that there's like an energy ball in there. So if we turn these on, we can see that this is actually created to fill in these windows and make it look like there's such a bright shining object in here that's blowing out the windows. When you combine that with a radial blur, that's going to help pop out a little bit of this outer light outside of the windows. And of course we have our lens flare layers here, which when we combo them together give you that same sort of dirty look that we sort of varied from scene to scene, but also kept a consistent look and feel across the series of shots. You're going to get that same effect where it looks like we have this huge pulse of energy up top. We also have, of course, our tracker layers up here, as you see in every scene, and our reference light. Combo all that with, as you've seen in every other clip here, these position moves and the light flickering, and you have a very nice looking finished clip of the Bellagio, as if all the lights were working in the first place, and as if a large energy pulse happens to sort of sell that the whole Vegas Strip is lighting up to join the Vegas Golden Knights on their opening night. And that's that. Definitely some similar techniques from scene to scene, which helps make it feel consistent, but there's also some variation on how we've executed those techniques as the scene requires. And we've done some correction work. We've done everything from correcting that light strip on the building to color correction of different camera systems to the actual energy pulses themselves. And you put that all together, and you get this. Thanks for letting us show you some of the techniques we use to make that great piece for our friends at the Vegas Golden Knights. See you next time.